Hello. In speech class 5, today I'm going to talk about my topic of why I believe Thailand is the best country in the world for visiting temples. Right off the bat, there's more than 40,000 temples in Thailand to date. Out of those 40,000, 30,000 of them are in use. Um, I have a slideshow here that's going to help me present some pictures to give you visual aids to the information that I'm sharing with you as to why I believe Thailand is the best country in the world to visit temples. When you're in Thailand, due to the very vast volume of temples, you'll find that just about anywhere you go, any direction you go, you're going to come across temples. If you're on a boat ride, tram, train ride, taxi ride, motorbike, it doesn't matter what you're doing in Thailand. I promise you, on your journey, you're going to just pass numerous temples that you're going to see in the background. Um, some of these temples go back thousands of years and are very majestic, beautiful, quite overwhelming to the eye when you go and see them. Um, so I will refer to the slideshow here and there. There's a couple pictures I want to talk about when they come up, so I may interrupt my own speech just to point out these. This is a good example right here. This particular temple's been around so long, for so many years. Look at the size of the tree, and it's literally grown around the temples itself, or some of the structures of the temple. Um, Now, I think it's worth saying I've been living in I've been living in Asia for more than 15 years, and I've been doing a great deal of traveling while I work over there. And I've been in most of the countries that have temples. I've seen beautiful temples in Malaysia, India, Indonesia, Thailand, um, amongst a few of them. And all of them, is very true, all of them have some really fantastic temples to go see. But Thailand itself, just the sheer volume of the temples is absolutely amazing. Again, within walking distance of any direction, it doesn't matter if you're on the islands, if you're out in the mountains, I promise you, very easily you're going to come across the temple. Um, Out of the 40,000 temples, 30,000 are in use. And when I say in use, that means people are at least still living there, praying there, or practicing their religion there. There is two types of temples. Um, the royal temples, which is been approved by the Thai government, the royal family, and after they're made, it's the royal family that uses them. The king will visit them. These are um, the larger, the more colorful, more prominent pictures that maybe you see in the background. Now, when I say that it's the royal temple, does not mean that the public also cannot use it, because they can. They have, on the grounds, they will have many different buildings, if you will, type of temples. The larger ones could have up to 5, 6 buildings. There will be specific buildings that only part of the royal family can use, and part that only the Thai nationals can use. Out of some of these royal temples that have been built, some of them have been open for public viewing, for touring throughout the day. There will be an entrance fee, and they will let you, for certain hours, be able to have a walk of the grounds, a walk of the buildings, have an idea of what's inside, which I gotta tell you, I don't have any pictures in here to do it justice, but inside the temples is absolutely amazing. It is something, regardless of how much you like sightseeing, I'm not big on it myself, but when you walk into these temples and see the surroundings, see the gold inside, see the statues and stuff they have in there, it's worth doing. And when you do it once, it does make you want to kind of do it again, to be honest with you. It's really fantastic. Now, when I told you there was two types of temples, the other type of temple is private temples. And in the private temples, that is where it's mostly just the Thai person using the temples, or using them for their own personal use, if you would, every day. Now, A lot of the Thai people go to the temples many times a week. It's not like in the U.S. where you would just go on Sundays. They typically go to a temple almost every single day of their life. Now, the Thai people use a temple for many reasons. One would be education. So the Thai nationals normally only go to school up till 8th grade. After that, if they want to further their education and the family doesn't have money, they can join the a temple in the monastery, practice becoming a monk, and at the same time, the monks will then put them through school, at least all the way through a high school diploma, some even on to college. That may sound extreme, but in Thailand it's very common. Most men in Thailand will have joined a monastery for a minimum of 2 years practice being a monk. The other thing they use it for is a family gathering. A lot of people will go and take the whole family to a temple or meet distant relatives at a temple, have their family prayers. It's not something they do every day, but a couple times a year they will have a family gathering. It's really important to point out, if you want to use a temple, that there is a strict dress code. They are very strict about it. They will ask you to leave if you don't adhere to it. And it's very basic. You must have your shoulders completely covered, men and women. So a man, as long as you're wearing a normal polo shirt, dressed down, you'd be fine. And for the women, if you're wearing some sort of a sundress or whatever, you will just need to buy or take with you a scarf or so forth just to make sure you can cover up your shoulders. Now, as far as the legs go, you must be covered minimum to your knees, preferably down to your ankles. Anyhow, I hope my presentation and the pictures here of the temples have given you a good reason to believe why I believe Thailand is the best country for viewing temples. Thank you.